so proud to do the anthem for this year's Untold Festival. And here it is, Something Real. Make some noise for Mr. Jordan Shaw.
I spent my whole time on the road, hoping I found what I was searching for. I swear you made it all worth the wait. I promise that we'll make all our memories out.
Well, last year was something really special, Chapter 4. And I was thinking for a long time, how was I going to top it? Because if I show up and just do a 2-hour set, everybody throw your hands up, then it's not really going to make any sense, you know, especially because it's the 5th year. It's the celebration of one of the greatest festivals in the world for electronic music. So I went to my management. I said, well, if we go to Romania and we do Untold Festival again, we have to do something special. So it's going to be a little bit of a mix between what I did for my Armin Only shows and a freestyle DJ set. I still want to keep the element of freestyle DJing in it. I think that's very important. So I don't know what I'm going to play exactly. I mean, I know my opening track. I know which guests I brought. I know what surprises I have. But I don't know exactly what the soundtrack of my set will be. There's some DJs that do when they do their sets. I don't know, because you can't really prepare a set that long. And that's what makes it exciting. So that element is still there. So that's what makes it exciting. The guest that I can reveal to you, obviously, is Alexandra Badoy, the Romanian singer. Made a track with her, especially in the Romanian language, as a little gift to the people from Untold. Also Jordan Shaw, who's the singer of the Untold anthem this year, Something Real. We're actually shooting the music video for that track here tonight. And I brought an orchestra. Well, the Romanian orchestra.
Wow, so it's gonna have a symphonic component as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a very special opening to the show, if everything goes well.
And these are just the surprises that you can reveal. I mean,
well, I don't want to reveal everything, but if you saw the sound check, then you saw already some names. I'm just very happy to bring some new talent that I've never shared the stage with before. I'm also happy to bring some older names, people that. I've done shows with before, so it's not really, that element is not really new, because I've just done the big Armin Only show in the Amsterdam Arena, and some of those artists will be here tonight as well. But it's a lineup that I don't have anywhere else in the world. It's a show that I don't do anywhere else in the world. And I've got some. I'm prepared. I've got some surprises, and I hope that I can play them. I mean, we have to take one factor into account, which are the weather gods. So I hope they are good for us tonight. I don't think a little bit of rain will ruin the atmosphere. In fact, last year it was actually good that it rained, because it was so warm and people could use a little bit of cooling down. But if it's a lot of rain, it can ruin the atmosphere. So let's hope that doesn't happen. And it was sort of a last-minute thing, to be honest. Alexandra and Badoy and I and her husband, we've been good friends. We've seen each other for many years. And she's always wanted to work with me, but for some reason we never got around to it. And I think 3 months ago she sent an idea that she wrote together with a friend of her in the Romanian language. And she asked me, like, do you like this? Can we do this in English? And I just said, well, I think it's such a great, magical idea. The story fits the Untold story, and it sounds amazing in Romanian. We tried it in English, but it just doesn't sound as good as in the Romanian. I'm not Romanian. I don't speak the language, unfortunately.
You started to last year.
But she explained the words to me, and it just made total sense. And I didn't have time to produce the track, but I produced it completely on my laptop. So I did the entire production myself, and did it on the flights, because touring in the summer I've been touring intensely since May, and I've been sitting a lot on planes, so to kill my time, it's perfect to do production. So actually most of my production and arranging work now happens on the plane, and I sent it to Alexandra. She loved it, and I said, well, it's easy to fix this. It's easy to finish this. So I went to my home studio, mixed and mastered it there. And this was like 2 months ago. And I told her, like, this is so perfect. We have to do this at Untold. It kind of came together. I mean, you're right. I really want to do something with another Romanian artist. I mean, why not? And, if I would have been smart, that would probably be the good idea. But I like Alexandra. She's good. She's a great vocalist. And I think it's cool that she's not the most known singer in Romania, but she's Romanian, so it's also a little help for her, as a friend, and I hope the fans will appreciate it. Best 2-3 things that happened to me. Wow. Well, first, the music that I created. I've been more productive than ever. It's really crazy. I've done so many tracks. So that's good news, I guess. State of Trance, 900 is a milestone I reached in February. So we're now slowly starting to get to episode 1000, which is super exciting.
Did you ever imagine you'd reach 1,000 when you started out?
No, it's a bit of the same answer to the question why people say, why do you do such long sets at Untold? It's not a pissing contest. It's not like I want to reach like the Guinness Book of Records or something. It's not about that at all. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If tonight the room empties after 4 or 5 hours, then that's it. I'm going to stop and I'm going to go home. It's not about the length of the set. It's about the connection with the people. So if that happens, same with the radio show. It's like I'm doing the radio show because I love to do it. It's so much fun to go to the office every week, meet fans, hear new music, because that's what I want to do in my life. You know, I go to the office 1 day a week to play music. I mean, who can say that, right?
Yeah.
And I get paid for it.
Wow, yeah, you have an amazing job.
So that's pretty amazing. And the third thing is my family. You know, I have to mention that my daughter's now 8 years old and my son is 6, and I'm very blessed with them. They're super easygoing and they handle daddy's away from home very easy. And yeah, I just feel blessed to be their father. You know, being a father, being a husband is completely different than I imagined it when I first started that whole process. And yeah, it's a gift. I'm very, very blessed, especially if I look at people that are close to us and how much struggles they have with raising their kids. And it's hard finding the balance sometimes. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's a very tough job because I'm away all the time and I'm not there always to, you know, for all the occasions or special celebrations. I wasn't there when my son got his swimming degree for his B. I was there with A, but he got his B, and I wasn't there to celebrate that because I was in another country. And those things hurt, you know. That's the price you pay, I guess, because I want to do this job so much. But they understand. It's just I'm starting to see now what I'm missing sometimes, and that's why I decided to gig a little less from this year on. Well, what we want to do with Fenna and Remy is we want to have them lead and have an upbringing as normal as everybody. So we don't treat them in any special way, and this is also the message that we told their teachers, because, you know, Armin Van Buuren walked in, it's Armin Van Buuren. I told them, I want my kids to be treated the exact same way as all the other kids. We don't want any priorities, any specialties. That's also the reason why I've chosen not to have my kids on social media. You know, I know everybody's begging for a picture of Remy and Fenna. That's not going to happen. We want to respect their privacy, and if they're 18 years old and they decide to be on social media, they can do that. But we're very strict with that because I really protect my private life, and I think it's important that they grow up in freedom and it's very safe. And we live in a city where they don't really care that Armin Van Buuren lives there, which is totally fine with me. In fact, I was just shopping on Monday in my own city and nobody bothered me for a picture, which was amazing.
Wow, yeah,
and we just sat on the terrace and I had coffee and, you know, we went shopping with the kids, and yeah, you know, I'm no different than anybody watching this. You know, I'm just a father, and I just have a special job, I guess. And yeah, I just hope that my kids can grow up and become themselves, because I'm not actively supporting them to be in music as well. If they want to be in DJing, of course, I can teach them, but it's not something that I'm actively pursuing.
Is any of them manifesting any desire, any any talent for this?
I don't know. I think it's too early to say talent. I know my son is very intrigued when I play piano. So he's actually asked me to, in his Spotify playlist, to put some of the songs that I always play on the piano, because there's a couple of Einaudi songs that he really loves and that I always play. Or Gymnopédie by Satie, he loves that as well. So I put it in his playlist. And funnily enough, a month ago, my dad built a little fake DJ booth for him. Not even with turntables, but just basically like this, like a table. And he was pretending to be mixing. But I guess he's just copying his father, you know. That's what sons do. But again, I'm not here to actively promote that, because my mom told me this sentence, and I think it's very, very true. And I live by this rule. The most beautiful thing that you become in life is yourself. And I believe that every day you wake up a little more, which is a line that I used in my song with Josh Cumby. Don't Give Up on Me, because every day you discover more about yourself. You're a different person than a year ago. The guy sitting here is a different Armin than a year ago, because I've learned more and have more life experience, and that doesn't end till the day you die, because you change. And that's what I want to teach my kids as well. I want them to find themselves, and because that's where the real happiness is, that's where love is. If you can find your road, not the road of me or something. So I want them to become themselves, and as parents, this is the way I see things. We are just there to provide. We're there to provide and lead the road.
And encourage.
And encourage that they want to... My son is really into soccer, and he really wants to do that. So we're going to provide that. Oh, I have so many untold stories.
Yeah, but they're untold for a reason, just one that you can share.
I guess I always bring up my Star Wars stories, but I never told everybody that I have a life-size R2-D2 and Darth Vader in my game room.
Wow. I
bought something silly. Yeah, it's the first time I actually, bought something completely silly. But I have a nerd room upstairs in my house. This is something that I sort of, when we bought the big house that we still live in, I told my wife, I said, I want a boys' room, so that room is full of Star Wars stuff. My vinyl is there, my PlayStation is there. It's like my little kids' room, I love to be there because it's just a room full of toys. Yeah. I have an original Don Post replica from 1996. Wow. So it's the pre-internet days. So you had to order them by fax and stuff. And somebody told me that it's actually worth money. And my mom is really scared because she sleeps in the room when she's at her house, and she's really afraid of Darth Vader. And so when she babysits the kids, she told me to make a little lock. So I went to the store
and you locked,
and I bought a lock of €2.50. It's a little hook that I put on the door, and now she feels safe. I'm like, Mom, Darth Vader has a lightsaber. Don't you think a hook of €2.50? She's like, no, now I can sleep because I know there's a hook on the door. True story.
1, 2, 3.